roll with this. I turn the knob, camera assist, I'm incredible. Yeah, came for the dollars, call it vegetable. Then I did the dash, can I catch me, bro? Ooh, then I did the dash, can I catch me, whoa? Your whole team is no competition. Boy, I did it by myself, it's a solo mission. Running up the charts, I'm a fool, dog. Turn the whole field to a schoolyard. Bunch of students ain't eating round here. I'm the GOAT, little man, and I made it loud and clear. Put the gas on them like I'm with the Cavalier. Show no love, got the confidence, no fear. I use a dub, I'ma win, I won't lose with this.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line.
22-yard line.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Herbert now. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Herbert tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Herbert. And he's got him in. Corey Davis. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Corey Davis, 78 yards. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible, run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, here's Cousins. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. It was Logan Ryan that time who knocked it away.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 2nd down, Cousins again, eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down, and I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
Minnesota.
Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Kyle Rudolph. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 40-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end.
Cousins.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice. It all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
It's now 3rd down.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Taken from just outside the 30. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. Cousins. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain.
Complete.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now the 2nd down throw on target. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Cousins throw complete to Thielen, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 1st down. Here's Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On second down now, it's Cook down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. He gets them a little over half of what they need, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown.
A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
On second down, here's Herbert. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, a nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. In on the tackle, Kamoko Toure. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. It's caught. Shepard. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. 24 yards, and the Giants have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. O'Shane Zimenez in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his...
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence in there to bury him for a loss of 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing, Cousins. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Now Saquon Barkley. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Saquon Barkley, the ball.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
Yards to go.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Herbert on first down now. Out to the right here to Shepard. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Here's Herbert. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the Giants are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 2 now, second and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Brings up 4th and goal.
On 4th down, on is Graham Gano for the Giants field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead, finish up the half, and get on out and talk about it.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll keep it on the ground again here. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, we'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Starting the third quarter with Cook. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Another try for Barkley, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Gano now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
This for Giants 24, Vikings 7. Graham Gano set to kick off.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
That's the reason we go for circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
First down, Vikings.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory, and that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. Give him 3 yards there on the 1st down pickup.
Vikings 1st down.
Now Cousins. And quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. 7 yards to pick up there.
7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 7-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Cook. And he will not be able to get the 1st as he can get this only down to the 5. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
6 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Running for it, here's Cook, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll have a 1st down past the 40. And all the way down inside the 25 before he's out of bounds. A tremendous play there from Saquon Barkley, and even 50 yards on the ground. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Barkley. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Herbert now. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd down, Barkley. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Vikings 14.
And Gano's kick is right through. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. And obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But it's still ate up time. Got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman.
And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down the 47-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he's taken down inside the 30. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
On 1st down, Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
In on the tackle.
Eric Kendricks in on the tackle. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Here's Herbert now on 2nd down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. The Vikings going to signal for the 1st of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 16. Out of the gun, Herbert. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is off target to the left, didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Charles, all things considered, I guess that's not a critical miss at this stage, is it?
No, but still everything helps when you're trying to finish off a ball game. And you're right, not critical in terms of the scoreboard and the team, but the guy with the golden foot, he knows he's only as good as his last kick.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On second down, Cousins again. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down.
The tackle made back at the 39-yard line.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Barkley with a carry on first down, and he'll get about 4, so 2nd and 6 forthcoming.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Following the interception, Cousins. He's going to go up top again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Again, it's Barkley. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know you've got a baseball background, right?
A little bit. Started minor league ball.
Yeah, you did some of that, right? What do they do when they do the signals? An indicator, right?
Tells you whether it goes or not, yeah.
Yeah, whether the play's on or not. How about the indicators offensive linemen give when they're getting ready to run a screen pass? And if those get red, well, we just saw that there, didn't we?
No gain.
No gain. Deciphered it and finished the play off.
48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so you don't get another one picked off.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley, and this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
At the 30-yard line.
With the late lead, Herbert's going to throw it. And this is caught at the 8. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Daniil Hunter in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game.
27, Vikings 14.